Well, let's dispatch any nostalgia and just face facts that it does appear that Google has become evil. And Gary's prescience on this should be a cause for caution and wariness on our part. How he could know so early that they have become evil. This Verizon deal, okay. The problem is the exceptions. We had new net neutrality, except not in wireless phones. Verizon is the company back in 2007 that refused to give uh, an account to a pro-choice group. We don't do political groups. Sorry. They reversed that decision. They said it was wrong. They said that it was because it was a mistake. They reversed their decision, called an isolated decision. It was a mistake from an old, dusty old idea that was designed to ward against communication such as hate messaging and adult materials sent to children. Um, Noble sounding goals, but this is why it's okay to tolerate a little amount of that bullshit like we do on the internet, because when you get too vicious against it, then you don't let people have their political free speech. So, um, yeah, a phone company that basically is refusing to give you a phone number. Uh, the A company like YouTube is a public carrier. Now, we don't have private one-to-one conversations, but it's fundamentally similar to a communication. This is for me to talk to other people. I don't care what Google thinks about what I say. I'm not talking to them. I don't think they watch my channel, etc. The fact that they can facilitate me and also make money for themselves is part of the situation, and that's all good. We don't have a direct contact. It's just like I call my grandma, I want to talk to grandma. I'm glad the phone company can make money off of it, and I'm happy to pay money in that case to be able to make the phone call. I pay money to be able to get on the internet. I buy things on the internet so that people make money off the internet, so that there's money to be made by advertising on the internet. It has to be sustainable in that sense, but it doesn't have to be like I'm in YouTube's living room. Geez, I'm sorry I offended you, CEO of YouTube, that I don't even know what you think because I don't even know your name or who the hell you are. I don't really care and I don't want to know. Um, yeah, so Google is a mixed thing right now because they have a culture that's pro net neutrality, but this is not neutrality. There's also exceptions for providers in certain cases. It's like, okay, so because YouTube uh, does a lot of traffic, we need to have a special internet for them. See, that means that the people that want to just start up small businesses will be on internet that can't handle a real business. They'll need a lot of money to go on this other internet. Basically, they, we have an internet connection between, like, say, me and Chicago. And they want a fast lane. They want another lane to be the internet to go. But see, here's the funny thing about that. When people say, well, why can't they? Guess what? They can. They can build another internet. For example, the researchers were a little depressed at the commodity internet. It's not as reliable as they'd like for certain things. It's not fast enough for the kinds of data they move around now. So they built another one, Internet 2. Boom, they built another one. Hello, you can't even get on it. I could get on it. I've been on it, but I don't need to be on it. I'm glad they have their own one. Guess what? They built another one. You can build your own network. It's been tried, right, Verizon? And if it's not hooked to the internet, it's fucking worthless. Okay, so you want to hook to the internet? Then you've got to do it our way. If we let them build a fast lane from Hawaii to Chicago, then that's where they'll invest. That'll be the fast lane. Then what are we going to get? It's like Tang and Teflon. You got to have spin-offs when you spend all this government money in the first place. Okay, part of the spinoff is, look, your shit is worthless no matter how great it is if you don't hook to the internet. So don't hook to the internet. We don't care. But you hook to the internet, help the internet. It's not a complicated concept. And they're like, all of these, you have money to give, and where did you get it? Off the goddamn internet. So shut up about having to make the one internet positive. And if you really want to make another network, make one. Make one. Go to a city and make the network. See if you can sell that instead of the internet. Yeah, no. Net neutrality it is free speech. Net neutrality, it's free speech and it's economic. It's pro entrepreneurship too, because with net neutrality, anybody can start a website, and if it gets popular, boom, it can do as well as any website. And you pay for bandwidth. It's not like bandwidth comes free. They're talking about, well, we want to have two kinds of bandwidth. Kind you pay a lot for that's good, and the kind you have to pay for that is just whatever's left over. No. No, no, no. The internet was designed to survive nuclear war and still have whatever links were left would be able to connect. And if we, here's an example. Okay, forget that nuclear war example, but whatever. But here's an example. I was looking for a simple web template. I stayed up till like 5 in the morning setting up a political website. Excuse me, for somebody. For a candidate. All right. And so I'm looking for web templates. Holy shit. You can find anything on the internet. But try to find just a simple, free, very simple, not costing you in really weird, complex, and over sugar-coated template. It's like, yes, obviously I found it after a little while, and about.com actually had some really good ones. And they were exactly what I wanted. It was just black and white and frames, and boom, I could fill in, and I didn't have to worry about setting up all the divs. Useful. Yes, you could type in the search I ended up finding it with as your first search, and you'd find it in a much shorter time. Whatever. My experience was, oh my God, I'm on the internet. I can't goddamn find these. Free, simple template, $65. Free site comes up free, and then it says it's $65. Wow, that's an interesting definition of free. Well, I just want a simple template like I've written before, but I don't want to have one to go get it. This is the internet. I know people love to give these things away and be real careful and make little canonically correct little ones. I just want to find. And it's like, more free templates, $65. Okay. Oh, this one really is free. And look, it's shitloads of Flash. How did you, I can't find a web page. A source for a web page. What is more appropriate for that? Why is that? Because of commercialism. I could search how to remove a toe, and it's like not a commercial interest. Boom, right away, boom. Harvard Edu, the procedures for removing a toe. But try to find a web page. No, why? Because what comes up is this layers and layers of, we want to sell you stuff that we want to sell you stuff you don't need. We're selling you. That's what happens in a commercialized situation. The Comcast and they have had their own networks. These cable networks, they're practically worthless, isolated from the internet compared to what they're worth when they're connected to the internet. Where's that worth come from? The internet. Who built the internet? The government. Net neutrality. It's a citizen's right thing. It's not for you, the commercial people. Just because you made billions of dollars, billions and billions and billions of dollars off of it, does not mean it is yours. It means that you are like dependent children on us, the owners of the internet. And you will not control our lives. We will control yours if it's based on making money on the internet, because it's our internet. And we will say how it works. And it is instituted on the idea of free speech. And somebody pointed out to me, heavy traffic ahead, I think it was. Well, it was built by the Department of Defense. Yes, it was built by the Department of Defense to be distributed for a defensive security reason. Just so happens that metaphor, that design works exactly for free speech, right? The security of free speech, that if one person says, I'm not gonna pass your messages, you can easily root around them The internet is about rooting around any kind of damage.